Bona CEO, can you tell us what is the difference between wealth and having money? Because you can be wealthy and you have money, and you can be wealthy and you don't have money. Can you elaborate more about that?
Thank you, moderator. There is a question of what's the difference between money and wealth. Money, this is a monetary measure. This is coins, notes, or bank exchange certificates that you normally hold. That is just money. But wealth is a different perspective, or we hold it in a different view. Wealth, we can say, is what we say our financial stability, good health, the self-actualization as a person. You find that you set yourself your targets that you have been able to achieve. We have also good relationship. Remember, you can be having money like you don't have someone even to be near you. That when you have people around you, remember that is wealth. So in a nutshell, I want to differentiate between money and wealth as money being the monetary cash that you have, but wealth being not only the financial stability or financial status, but also a good health, good relationships, self-actualization as an individual. When you have achieved all that is when you say, I am wealthy. So I think, moderator, I'm trying to answer that.
Okay, thank you. Can you also explain to us what you mean by cash investment and how they work?
In our today's day-to-day operations, as an individual, in the government, wherever you are, we are given or quizzed with a question of where do we invest our money? How do we invest this money wisely? So I want to dive on all those things, and I want to start by saying our biggest investor is the government. How do we invest in government? Government, you know, already does what we call borrowing. Ile kila mtu anasema hii serikali imefanya nini? Imeomba sana. Iko na madeni wapi? Kila mahali. But I want to demystify that and say that we have internal borrowing, which is a local borrowing from you, the citizens of the country, and we have the external borrowing. So I want to touch on the external borrowings kwanza as a government. Government borrows externally through what we call bilaterals. Bilaterals, this is a government-to-government loans. We have when they attract what we call multilateral loans. Multilateral loans is when they borrow from things like World Bank. We also what we have concessional loans, whereby you find that the government has gone to World Bank, borrowed some money. We have that. We have what we call government bills and bonds. So I want also to explain further between mainly where we can be able to faster invest in the government on. So the internal investment or the internal borrowing by the government is through what we call government bonds and what we call fixed income securities. So what are these fixed income securities? We have things that we are calling the treasury bills. What are the treasury bills? This is when the government is borrowing from you directly as a citizen of the country. You invest in the projects that they are doing through something called a treasury bill. These are short term. They are below 1 year. Then you have bonds. Bonds are medium term and long term government borrowings from you. So how do you invest on these treasury bills and treasury bonds? Treasury bills, you can invest directly through the CBK by having an account with the CBK. You can also open an account that we call a CDS account that can be able to invest through these bonds. Number two, on these investments, we have things that we are calling like money market. Money market, these are people who are regulated by CMA, and they collect money from the public, pull that investment together, and give you returns when you need your money. So today the prevailing rate is between 8 to 11% in terms of what? The money market funds. The prevailing rate between the treasury bonds and bills is, again, I think is something to do with 14% and below. So we go to other things where we can invest our money. We have things like what you are calling what? fixed deposits. And this is what we are saying, as a SACCO, this is an avenue that we've taken in place. And NRS, I think, has been very, very, very vocal in the market in terms of fixed deposits because of the rates that we are offering our membership. Our rates starting from 8% to 13%, depending on the money that you are giving the SACCO. And this is what you're asking ourselves. Why invest in NRS fixed deposits? It's because of the return of investment that you're putting your money. Remember, most of us, I know, we are looking at wealth creation in different ways. And we're asking ourselves, like today, nikipata 1 million, nikipata 2 million, where do I push my money to? People are saying, acha ninunue kashamba mahali, I invest on land. Others are saying, I have a land in place somewhere, I want to do a flat, maybe I start receiving rent or income from that flat that I've invested on. But again, we're asking ourselves, there's something that you don't ask ourselves. You want 20 million lying somewhere. You want to invest that 20 million in what? In a flat. Sini kweli? But what is the return of investment? What is the return of investment of that 20 million being tied down in what? In a building. You want to see, will you start earning profit from it from the point of completion of that building? The answer is no. Because again, for you to earn profit, you have to recover your 20 million. And then after that, you start earning something out of the 20 million. And this is what you are saying. Before even you push so much on fixed assets, which are land and building, you can consider yourself and say, what if I push this 20 million in an NRS fixed deposit, in government treasury bills, in money market? Will I not start earning profit immediately? And the answer is yes, you will start earning immediately. So there is no loss. Because when you're looking at it, we're asking ourselves, after 20 million in a building, there's a waiting period, a construction. There is the hassle of now knowing, pesa yangu imeibiwa, mafundi wameniibia, smiti. Unaona, all that thing you cut it out completely.